We're Hashem learning Yerushalmi Makkos Daf. Hey, we started at the beginning of the second parak on the top of Daf Hey and Aleph. Talk Mishnah Elu Hina Gelu. These are the people that go to Galus. I heard Nefesh B'Gaga, someone who kills somebody by mistake. If one was pushing a roller on a roof, let's say, and it fell down and killed somebody, go to Galus. If one was lowering a cask and it fell down and killed somebody, you go to Galus. You coming off a ladder, you slipped, killed someone, you go to Galus. If you're pulling upwards in Magela, and it fell and it killed. Or if you're raising the cask and the rope snapped and the cask fell and killed somebody, if you're going up in the ladder, these people do not go to Gala. So whatever is going downwards goes to Gala. Goes to Gala. And not on its way downwards, and it does not go to Gala. If the whole chevel didn't fall down, meaning it not if the chevel snaps and falls down, and part of it the chavius fell on you, you don't go to Galus. It has to be the whole chevel slipped out of your hand, that whole thing, and then the chavius fell and knocked you. That's when you go to Galus. Rav Shimon paid the achiatas kala machlus saying this. That was the keli they would use when he was rolling on the roof. So it needs that the whole keli should slip from his hands, not part of it broke and hit him. My demar Shimon bepsikas hachevel mar demar Rabbi Yehuda b'shmitas machzon. You have to switch to Gersa, obviously. Rabbi Yehuda by psilas hachevel and Rabbi Shimon by shmitas machzon. What one saying by the chevel, one saying by the machzon, they're not arguing. One saying by the case of the chevel, you need the whole thing to fall, and one saying by the machzon, you need the whole thing to fall, not that it snips in the middle. Rabbi Yirmiyah asked Rabbi, "Hey, magal magela b'derech elichase." You were on a flat roof when you were pulling it towards you, and a person's head came out and you ended up killing him. Do you go to Galus? Amalei, he aliyah, he read them when it's a flat ground. It doesn't matter if you're pulling, when it's a flat roof, it doesn't matter if you're pulling towards you or pulling away from you. It's the same thing, and you are chayiv. Rabbi Yirmiyah come there bavo. He asked him another question. He lost it to him. Tinnik stuck out his hands and you crushed it. I mean, you damaged him. Do you have to pay for the nezik? Amalei trachtiba. Why are you being matriach me? Why you already asked me the question before, and the same answer. You have to go to Galus for sure. You have to pay for the damage. He aliyah. He read that's a flat ground. So the same thing aliyah. Same thing here read. Zak to Gemara. Nishmat tabarzal mekite v'harag. If the iron slipped from its heft and killed somebody. Rabbi holds you don't go to Galus. Chum hold you go to Galus. It flew from the log being split. Rabbi Yomer the whole hammer. Rabbi Yomer Gela. Rabbi holds you go to Galus, and Chum hold you don't go to Galus. Zaktugmar, my time of Rabbi. What's the reason, Rabbi? Nemerkan Neshila. It says over here that it's going to fly. V'nemer lahalan ki yashel zeisech. When you zeisim are going to drop. Man Neshila shenemer lahalan neshira means falling. Afkan neshira. It also means falling, and over there it's falling from its original form from the tree where it was. It's the same thing over here. You need it to fall from its original form to be chayiv. My time of Derabana, Nemerkan Neshila, Nemer Lahalon, and it says V'nashal Hashem Alekecha, as Agayim Eil Lepenecha, Hashem's going to dislodge the Goyim from you. Ma Neshila Shenemer Lahalon Maka means hitting. Avkan Maka, it means the thing that actually hits. Zak the Mishnah Allah Gimel. Zark as Evan Lushas Rabin Vaharg. If someone threw a stone into the public domain and it killed somebody, he goes to Galus. He goes to Galus. If after the stone left his hand, another person put out his head and caught it, I raise it, potter, and then he's potter because when you threw it, the head wasn't there. Tani Rabbi Lezer Yaakov umatza. It said in the pasuk umatza es re'eu u'meish. Hey mitsuyi le b'shas shu harga. It has to be that he was there b'shas shu harga, not that he stuck at his head later. It said if someone's throwing avanim to Rishos Harabim, v'harag, he goes to Galus. Did he even have permission to throw the Evan to Rishos Harabim that he should be going to Galus? He should be amazed. His wall was falling into the public domain, and not to damage it, he was taking apart the wall, and that's when he ended up killing somebody b'shegig. Dr. Mishnah Allah Chadalit. Zarkas Evan l'chatzeri. V'harag. If someone threw an Evan to his to his chutzner and he killed someone in his own chutzner. If the person that got killed had permission to go into the chutzner, you go to Gullus. If he did not have permission to go into Gullus, you don't go to Gullus. It says that a person would go into the forest with his neighbor. My Yar is just Lenizik Lamazik. Same way Yar has permission for both of them to come in. Likanish Lasham Yatsa Chatzim Balabayas Aim Rishus Lenizik Lamazik Likanisham a Chatzer that of a Balabayas. If the Nizik didn't have permission to go in there, he would be Potter. Abisholimir Mach Chatafta Eitzim Rishus. The same way chopping wood is a Rishus. Yatsa Ava Makis B'nei. A father hits his child. Vairava Redis Tamidan. And a Rebbe that disciplines his student. The Shliach Bezdin gives Malkus, they are Potter from Gullus. Zakt Gemara, Amar Biani, Tavach Shu Mekatzev, Vahaka Bein Milamala Bein Lamati Gela. A butcher that's chopping meat, whether he's going up, his hand is going upwards or downwards, since he's doing it to chop the meat, he's chayiv. But I say on this that we said, Koydemar of Huna, Tavach Shu Mekatzev, Vahaka Lafana of Lamat and Gela. If you hit forward, going downwards, you Gela. Lamala, but when you're lifting up from what you were cutting, ain't a gela. Lacher behind you, lamala, and if you're lifting upwards, gela, because then you're doing it l'tzerech aliyah. Lamata, and going downwards, ain't a gela, because you're doing it l'tzerech aliyah. Rabbi Yitzchak, kol mila v'mila l'daite. Every single case is based on if you should have figured out that it's just that there's a chance that there will be any damage, and you're not a shaykik, or it shouldn't have been on your mind. Yashav al gabe mita b'yayim. If you stand on the bed by yem bein derech tenachli not gabe mita b'yayim gela. Child's not usually on the bed by yem, so then you're a shaykik and you gela. But Laila. But at night, when it's derech for a child for a teenage to be there, ain't a gela, then you don't go to gullus because you're like amazed. Carve lamazed yashav le'agabe if you sat on a cradle by yoyim, but derech teenage not like agabe b'yem, and it's derech for a child to be there by yem, ain't a gela. But laila vein derech teenage to agabe by laila gela, then you do go to gullus. Amar b'yesibar chanina hayoemid mvaka etzim. Mifka eitzim bechatzer, you chopping wood in your chatzav and nichnas hapayel litzchar, and your worker came to get his payment. Nitzah because all of his zekay chayiv v'meis ein egela she'ein b'yar. If you ended up damaging him, you had chayiv dalad devarim, but if he died, you ain't egela because it's not like a yar that the nizik and the mazik have just to go in. Tanir of Chanina potter made. Chanina says you potter v'lei peligan, and then he's not arguing Rabbi Yisibar Chanina ma demar. Yesibar Chanina b'shalero. I say umad the Tani Reb Chia. What we had before from is b'shalero. Say if he saw him coming into the chatzir, that's when he holds that that you have to pay the dalad devarim. Mashenkin Reb Chanina is talking about when you didn't see him, so you don't have to pay dalad devarim. In fact, Gemara in b'shalero. I say about Kevin Shamalei Likanis Chayiv. At the end of the day, you told him that you could come in, so you should be Chayiv. Tani Reb Chia Potter Kevin Shamalei Likanis Tzarich Lishmer Alatzmei. The reason why he holds his Potter is because when you came into the Chatzir, you have to watch yourself. He's only giving you permission to come in. He's not giving you a way pass on in case he's going to damage you. You have to watch it. If it's the Beilim Beimer Kevin Shamalei Likanis Nasik Chatzir Shutvin. Excuse me. Some say that the reason why Rabbi Yisrael Chanina holds you Chayiv is because you gave him permission to come in, you become like Chatzir Shutvin, and Chatzir Shutvin Yechayiv if you damage one each other. They could be kind of from each other in their own keli, not just Kini Chatzir because they own it together. They could be meiche one from each other that they can't do Tashmish Kavu in a Chatzir. Permanent, they can't do something permanently over there in the Chatzir. And they each mechuyev in this case. So that's the reason why Rabbi Yisrael Chanina holds Yechayiv. Rav didn't say like that. He said Memalas kol Rishus Rabim, v'zuenim Memalas kol Rishus Rabim. Rav holds that in the case of when you're walking and you get damaged by someone's chavis Rishus Rabim, you need the whole Rishus Rabim to be full of kadim, because if not, you should just walk around them. So the same thing over here, a chatz is not full of kadim. So obviously Rav holds that you're not chayiv in a chatz. You would not be chayiv by shutvim. Zakt Gemara no could even be going according to Rav. Rabbi Yechon is not necessarily arguing with Rav. Mekevin shedarkin lahalach b'chatzir kimishum malas kol chatzir. Since the derech is for the shutvim to walk in the whole field, it's like the whole field is full of it's like the whole field is full. So even Rav would agree that shutvim chayavim zeb b'niskei zeh.